Hello, this is my Mongolian beef recipe. So the first thing you want to do is start off with a small saucepan, and you want to use half a cup of water, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and then you're going to do a tablespoon of garlic and a tablespoon of ginger. Now, I don't recommend using dried ginger and dried onion. I would get fresh ginger and fresh onion, or not onion, garlic. And you can chop up the garlic into little pieces. But what I do is I have this garlic press that I got from, where did I get it from? Oh, I can't think of it right now. I'll let you know. But basically, I press the garlic and it comes out minced like that. Now, for the ginger, I don't use the garlic press for that. I will use about this much. So I'll cut off this much of the ginger and I'll dice it, just like garlic. Next, you're going to make the sauce by heating 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil. And I keep it about half lowish heat because you don't want the garlic to scorch. So I will add my chopped garlic and my chopped ginger. You want to quickly add your water and your soy sauce so your garlic doesn't scorch. Keep it at medium to low heat and whisk it. I added the brown sugar. I'm going to whisk it a little bit. And you're going to turn the heat up to about medium until it comes to a boil. You'll boil this for 2 or 3 minutes and then you're going to take it off the heat. While the sauce is boiling, I'm going to take green onion. So I cut up the green onion in a little over 1 inch each, and then I took the ends and I cut up these. I will put these on the white rice before I put the Mongolian beef on top of the rice. Now for the meat, I've used sirloin steak. I've used the really cheap thin steak, but skirt steak seems to be the best, and I'll show you how I cut it up. So I try to cut the skirt steak at an angle like this, so it's really thin strips, or you can cut them into bite-sized pieces. It all depends on your taste. Now that I cut up all my skirt steak into bite-sized pieces or strips, what I'm going to do, you don't have to do this. You can go ahead and take your cornstarch and start dusting it. But what I like to do is I take hoisin sauce and I like to run my fingers through it and get each piece doused with hoisin sauce because I find that it's more flavorful and it also makes the cornstarch stick to it a lot easier. So once I do this, I will come back and I will coat it with the cornstarch. Take your cornstarch and put it in a Ziploc bag, and then put your meat in there and just kind of shake it until each piece is just lightly coated with the cornstarch. And while that's sitting, have that sit about 5 to 10 minutes so the cornstarch settles on the meat. While that's doing that, I'm heating up some oil in the wok. I only use about 1/4 cup of oil. if you use too much oil, it gets really greasy and mushy. So I wound up throwing out a lot of the oil. So just kind of move them around until they're all brown. When they're about medium cooked, you want to take tongs and just kind of grab them, shake them off a little bit, and put on a paper towel lined plate until you've got all the meat. You want to pour the grease out. Get that out of the pan, because you don't want any grease left in the wok. After the oil is drained, put it back on medium-high, put the meat back in, stir it a little bit for about a minute, and it'll crisp up. Give it a really nice crispiness, not Christmas. And then you'll take your sauce and pour it into the meat. Kind of make sure every piece of meat gets coated with the sauce. And if you like your sauce thicker, you can add a little bit of corn starch to it, the sauce, and it'll make it a lot thicker. Don't put too much in at once though, because you can always go thicker. And you'll take your green onions, add those in. And once the green onions are softened, I serve it over white rice. And here is the finished product. Dig in.